All right, let's move forward to number 6. Creates or allows space for silence, pause, or reflection. And we have, I think, touched on this a bit, but it's holding that silence, right?
I think it's in the presence that we have been defining here, what that presence is, and that silent piece is very impactful. The impact that you are giving that client to have their freedom to think through, feel through, identify without somebody jibber-jabbering.
I think it's all, everybody's being quiet a little bit. I think it is also, it's being, not having to run from one question to the next, right? Not having to, where we aren't already, as our client speaking, thinking of what our next thing we're going to ask is. And that's where this sort of comes in. And it's, I think, a great indicator of whether or not we are actively listening. If we are able to allow for that silence and sort of create that silence so that our client can think, and also it might allow us to pause and think and not be rushing to our next move. It's sort of, I think that is also where this confidence piece comes in, and having the confidence to not, I know I talk more when I'm nervous. I try to fill those blanks in, the quiet spaces in with words that are often meaningless when I'm nervous. And so the more confident I am, the more willing I am to STFU, if you will. So you can just look that up.
I'm gonna have to. Wow. I'm gonna have to. Oh gosh.
I just wanted to share an experience which I've shared with the one-on-one students. I was in a coaching session and my client started talking about something and was going, right? And I was just listening. I was practicing not coming up with questions, not wondering, where is this person going? And it was amazing because just as I looked at the clock thinking, oh, I think it's been 15 minutes, the client said, all that to say, Misha, and came to exactly where they needed to be. And all I had to do was sit there. We have some coaches that say, well, they're going to pay me for that? Yes. And it's important to charge for it because there are people who've never, ever been listened to. That's the verb. They've never been listened to by anybody. And so it's like giving them that opportunity to be able to work that out themselves. Yet we're a conduit, right? We're holding the space. We're being silent. We're not judging. We're not jumping in with a question. We're not directing or leading. It just felt really amazing that I could be in that space. And I got to tell that person, you did that. Mm-hmm. You did that.
Oh, yeah. There's one, just to give a special shout out here, as far as holding that silence is concerned, very few coaches have done that better than Dan has. With sessions he's done with me, when I was in mentor coaching with him, he sat with me in silence for 20 minutes when I was having a rough time. Just sat in silence with me. Gave me a second to calm down, get myself centered, and take out a wasp that was also in the room. Like, that was adding to the stress. So shout out to Dan for exhibiting that so just masterfully. Not an MCC for no reason.
Yeah, I can attest to that. I haven't been coached by Dan. He's great with that.
So this, I think, is going to wrap up our core competency number 5. Maybe.
We haven't touched the reflection piece, though.
Okay. Yeah, the reflection piece. Good call.
Yeah. So there's a reflection where we are reflecting back what the client is saying. Some coaches feel the need to reflect every single thing. That's not what it's about, right? You're going to listen. You're going to ask questions that build confidence in the client coming up with ideas. That reflection can be snippets of what they've said, not 100% of everything. You don't have to repeat everything, but you do want to show that you are listening.